Welcome back. In the previous lesson, we already completed building the 09 lab project server section, the server part. So in this practical, we are going to do the client part. So let's get started. Click on create new project. And then make sure you select C# Windows Desktop. Click on Windows Format.net. Click on Next. So for this part, let's call it 10.0. We will call it this name 10 lab project client. So go and download this file from the resource section. 10-lab project client. Make sure the folder is red projects and then click on create. Now for this one, we shouldn't make it invisible because it should be a graphical user interface. So, but we need to insert some event handlers. So we want to put a form shown event. So click on the form, come here and then click shown to insert a form shown event handler. And then next one is we want to insert some form closing as well. So we go to the form. When the user clicks on this, you want to handle the closing event. So look for form closing over here, form closing. So double click on that and now we have the form closing. There's one more event that we're going to insert called the text key down, but we haven't inserted the text object yet, so let's do that now. So go to the toolbox here. Now when we are designing this, we need to take a look at the user interface design. So we are going to design this form like this. So we have a text box 1, text box 2 and some buttons. So let's put them now into our form. So text box 1, let's pin this here. So under common controls, double click on text box and this will be text box 1. We are going to set it to multi-line. So look for multi-line, click on this properties. Under multi-line, change it to true. And then we also want to put scroll bar. So under scroll bars, click on vertical scroll bars. And then for the color, we want to set the color to black background. So we resize it first and then we scroll up to look for background, back color. And over here, click on custom, click on the black color. So now it should be black and the text color should be the foreground, color, this one. Click on this, custom, click on the lime green here. And then we can test the color by coming down here and just typing something, test. Hit enter and it's green, correct. So now we can delete the text. Next we are going to resize this here. We're going to put some buttons there, but let us put the text box 2 first. Put another text box here. This text box will be for inserting, typing in the commands. So we resize it about this size here. This is called text box 2 and we leave it like that. Next we must put a status bar. So status bar is under menus and toolbars. So we need a status strip, double click on that. And then we need to insert a toStrip status label. So click on that and add the toStrip status label. Next we add some buttons here. So come to the common controls. We need to have 4 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just double click. This is button 1. Double click again, button 2. You can also drag from here to here if you prefer. Drag here. So we have 4 buttons. And then the text for the button, we shall type message box for the first one, second one beep, third play sound, and fourth is shutdown server. Okay, so the first one, the caption for the button is message box. So select button 1, come down to the properties here under text, we say message box. So you need to drag a bit to increase the size so you can see all the text. Second one, the caption should read beep, so we are going to change this to beep. The third one, the caption should read play sound, so type play sound. And the fourth one is shutdown server, so change the text to shutdown server. So just pull and drag to expand the size so that you can see the text in full. There you go, we have all our command buttons over there. Next we have to insert event handlers for this and all the buttons, so we start with this. So this one we want to key down event handler, so we click on this, come to text box 2 and then look for key down. Over here, double click and we have our key down event handler. Then for each of the buttons, we want the button click event handler. So click on this, come here and click on the events here, look for button click, this one. So you can either double click here to insert the button click event handler. That means when the user click on the button, it will trigger this event handler. Or you can double click here direct to insert it here. So there are two ways. So the first one, we can put a command and call it message box. Second one is beep. Third one is play sound. Just double click this to insert event handler. And here we can put a command to remind ourselves that it's supposed to play sound. So we say play sound. And the last one is shutdown server. Just double click on this. And here we put a command shutdown server. We can unpin this so that it will auto collapse, get more space, working space. So now we have everything there. We save it, and then we can now copy code from our file. So we go and get our file, copy all the code from here, delete this, paste it here, and then for the inside part, we delete the entire class. Now notice that we have to insert all these event handler before we delete them, so that your Visual Studio can auto generate the necessary supporting additional code which is not visible here. So now we can delete, cut all that, and then we will copy our public form1 class from here to here and paste it in here, and then we save it. Alright, so now let me explain the code. This grayed out area is not necessary, so we can just delete them. So over here, the form will, this object, this client will have a listener. So it is listening on this start listen thread, and then it will also, this is where it is listening for connection from the server. So when the server starts, it will connect to our TCP listener, and then we will we will spawn run client to handle the connection. So run client here will extract whatever that is sent by the server over here and display the message using a delegate, which I explained before. So this part is all the same, no different from the previous lecture. The new part, however, is the command. This part is new. So when button 1 is clicked, we will use the string writer to send the string 2. Because in our server, when we created the server, the number 2 refers to message box. And then when button 2 is clicked, it will send 3. So 3 in the enumeration of the server side, 3 is to beep, if I remember correctly, and 4 is to play sound, and 5 is to shut down server. Right? Then for the last one, once the user has clicked on button 5 to shut down, we want to show a message on the to strip which says server has been shut down. That's it. Right? This is the only thing new in this part, in this client, in addition to the design, which is also new. The rest are exactly the same as in our previous section. The only thing new is the buttons and the handler for the buttons. That's it. The rest is the same. So I won't go into the explanation again because they are exactly the same. Now we can save it and we can build it. So the build has started, no issues found, and the build has been succeeded. So I will stop here for this video. In the next one, we'll be testing our whole system, the client as well as the server part. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.